One thing that's super cool here is you do have a lot of tunnels, but a lot of them are pretty bootstrapped, right? Like just getting started, you're just like make things work. And you were telling me some of the stories about some of the pieces to put this together.
Yeah, so first of all, I would say prior to even this property, we had the typical PVC, off-the-shelf stuff that we did, just kind of put things, together, no glue, some wood, just to have covered space. But then as we started expanding, we realized that there's a lot of people who have hoop houses, a lot of old tobacco farmers, landscapers who have only used it for that purpose. And so looking on Craigslist has been a great deal. So we've been able to find at least 3 or 4 houses on Craigslist, just the frames. And, we're able to just buy, the plastic and all the other accessories and put them together. And they worked great for us. I mean, it's galvanized steel, so it's going to last a lifetime. So the accessories anyway, whether it's new or used, is something that's going to have to be replaced over time. So we figured, hey, we're bootstrapping, so let's look local and find what we need and use it until we're able to afford something out of a kit.
All right, so these 2 tunnels here, you basically just bought the arches, and then you got new plastic, and you got
plastic. We got the hardwares in terms of the wiggle wire channel, the cord, the parachute cord to tie the plastic down. Yeah, so everything else we bought.
And that's all from Farmer's Friend?
All from Farmer's Friends.
Okay.
Yep.
So basically you can take some of their hardware and just retrofit old tunnels.
And for the bigger size plastic for this 20-foot wide, we needed like a 30-foot piece, a 30-foot wide plastic. So this came from Greenhouse Megastore, I think. Yeah, so we bought the plastic from there. But everything else, basically Farmer's Friends. They're not too far from us in Tennessee, and they ship pretty good. They have great customer service.
Absolutely.
So
all right, so just to clarify here, you have wiggle wire on the ends.
Yeah, wiggle wires on the ends just to hold it down here on the ends to tighten it, and then we have the cords that go back and forth, and that's it. And
okay.
We tie them at the end.
And what are you doing on the ends here? I just see you just have these clips just to hold it up to ventilate.
Yeah, so on the ends here, we just kind of have these clips. I hate sandbags. I hate the whole tie to the corner thing there, and I'm not 100% sold on the scissor door. I've seen a lot of my friends, it works great for them. So this is kind of temporary until I decide whether I want to do that. Again, we're never sold on anything, but we're always open to trying things. And so the only time we shut this down is if we're going to go under 30 degrees. But beyond that, there is no need to. So this will stay open, even if it's like 34 at night. We can always cover the low tunnels. So the house, we just keep it this way pretty much most of the winter, and really do we ever close this door.
And so when you do close it, you just drop that down, and then...
I drop it down and basically just kind of bunch the center and just clamp the center so it doesn't flop around.
Okay, and that'll keep it closed up enough?
Yep, keep it closed up enough, yep.
Okay, and like how much longer is this than the length of the tunnel, the piece of plastic?
This stretches down to the ground with about another 2 feet worth of give. So we could put permanent, doors here if we wanted to.
Right.
We just haven't seen the need for it yet. So again, I only do things if we need them, or if it makes sense to where it's going to be part of a permanent system. But if not, I like to be flexible.
Okay.
To keep things.
So this is a great way because you guys got tunnels up pretty inexpensively, and you're repurposing stuff that would just be sitting there.
Yes.
Okay. Any other tips about sort of scavenging around for cheap covers and tunnels?
I would say, man, just check your Craigslist. Just make checking Craigslist just like a regular part of your daily routine. Like checking email, and just have that search in there, because it's gonna pop up at the most random time. I would say just try to have some cash stashed to the side just for that. So when it does come about, because oftentimes it's only gonna be there for a couple of days.
Right.
But these things go fast, especially during, I would say, after summer, when things are slowing down across the landscape scene and everywhere. That's when things are mostly available. During winter time, when people are trying to sell things for cash, these are usually the things they sell. So if you have the money, just be ready and be patient, and they'll show up. But if you have a little bit more money, absolutely buy a kit from Farmer's Friends. We have a few. They work great. They come on one pallet. They set up in a couple of hours. And they live up to the test. So
you had another story about one of your tunnels where the pieces were bent, and you just rolled with it, right?
Yeah. So this tunnel right here, if you notice, this is about maybe a foot or two shorter than this one, and slightly in. And so this one got damaged in a snowstorm where it basically got pushed forward. So all the arches got bent about 1 inch above the ground here. And so the owner, you know, he just threw the whole thing into a scrap pile, and he said, if you want it, you can get it. So what I did was I took it home with me for free, of course. And I just got my grinder, and it took me about maybe 20 minutes, and just cut off that extra foot at the bottom, and just went out and got some rebar, stuck the rebar in the ground and put them right on top of it. I mean, just like a Farmer's Friends kit, and just put it up.
All right, so this is how you connect the rope that goes over the Caterpillar tunnel. And I know
Yes.
Farmer's Friends sells, you know, little adapters for that, but you went even further and tried to make this even more DIY and cheap. What do you got going on here?
So I just got like a heavy duty chain that the rebar would fit through, and just used 2 links. So I just did the math. The chain itself was about like $25 for the chain, and I just put on my grinder and just cut a link in between every 2, and just use the 2 to just fit over it. It's really just something just to hold this, to clip it on, and that's it. So, you know, why spend a lot of money if you can get something off the shelf DIY and do the same job?
It's awesome.
So essentially I spent about $800 between plastic and hardware to put up a free, you know, skeleton. And so now I have a 28-foot, you know, by 100-foot house.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you can bootstrap and be, you know, creative, by all means, you know, especially if you're handy. You know, if you're not good with like tools, you know, and you have to go out and buy all the tools and do everything else, maybe you might want to buy
You're talking
a
to
kit.
farmers here, man.
Yeah.
You got to be handy, right? But I mean, I wouldn't have even known that, like, unless you had told me that. I mean, these are very functional tunnels.
Yeah.
And just a lot of production in there.
Yeah, you know, so it's just off the shelf, man. You know, as farmers, as you know, we're not just farmers, but, you know, we're mechanics, you know, we're, you know, machinists, you know, carpenters, you know, like whatever it is, you know, that life throws at us on a farming day, that's what we got to handle, you know.
Cool. Well,
So-
good tip there. Thanks, Howard.
Oh, yeah.